Greetings, everyone. This is the Gardening Snail of Livingston, California, just trying to keep the community informed and local government as honest as possible. Editorial content is my own as a resident of Livingston and does not represent the views and opinions of the City Council or the City of Livingston, and certainly does not represent any kind of legal advice. In this video, we will be taking a look at part of the June 28th, 2022 Cash and Investments Report and see how much cash is in the general fund as of the end of June. We'll also take a look at some of the other funds which were in the red on that date and see how those funds are expected to be brought back into the black. We'll also take a look at how much cash is left over in the TCP Settlement Fund since the city settled with Dow Chemical in 2011. What you see here are a couple excerpts from the June report, which includes the grand total of all the funds listed in the report, as well as the funds 1100, 1110, and 1115, which are considered part of the general fund. Account 1100 general fund is used for the day-to-day operations of activities like administration, police department, and some public works that have been budgeted for the fiscal year. The Economic Opportunity Fund is supposed to be used for things that could help economic development within the City of Livingston. The Revenue Stabilization Fund is a fancy way of saying rainy day money in case things go to hell in a handbasket and the city doesn't take in as much as it planned to take in over the course of a year. As of the date of this report, the total amount of cash in F&M Bank and the State Local Agency Investment Fund added up to $32,477,538.02. The total amount of cash in F&M Bank and the State Local Agency Investment Fund for general fund-related accounts is $6,424,760.10. Now let's move on to some of the accounts that were in the red, starting with the Community Development Fund. Usually what happens with this is whatever doesn't end up being covered in fees is transferred in from the general fund. The deficit in the Regional Surface Transportation Fund is to be covered by a transfer from savings in the LAIF. Now let's talk about the CDBG Program Income Fund. The city received a large grant for housing-related expenses that is being administered by the self-help program. Residents who have submitted applications that were approved received funding for home improvements, rehab, or similar expenses, and then the city files the paperwork to get reimbursed by the grant. I want to point out that that's pretty much how most grants work. The city spends money up front, then turns in the receipts to the agency that made the grant. The city will only be reimbursed for spending already approved in the grant. The deficit in this Measure V account will be covered by a transfer from the LAIF, the Local Agency Investment Fund. The deficit in General Capital Projects grant will be covered by grant reimbursements and transfers from other funds. The General Capital Projects City deficit includes the escrow payment for the new recreation building and will be reimbursed by the State Proposition 68 grant. Finally, we have the TCP Settlement Fund. Of the approximately $9 million Livingston netted in 2011, there is currently just over $5 million remaining. If you like what I do here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook. If you don't, well, thanks for hanging out this long anyway.